Season 3. I want it now. Like right now. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here. The Boys Season 2. All right. So I wish I would have did each individual episode, and I think I will when it comes to Season 3. I think I will when it comes to any series that I get into that's on a weekly thing. I'll just do a review of all that. I wish I did it with this, but for this little first part, I'm just gonna kind of just give my overall review, and then we'll talk little spoilery stuff here and there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll let you know when I do spoilers, just in case you haven't seen it. And for fuck's sake, go watch Season 2. Picks up right after Season 1, and it's fantastic. All the characters. I mean, I don't really have anything bad to say about this about this show. I mean, Karl Urban, I fucking love him as Butcher. Jack Quaid, he's great. Like, he grows a little bit, get a little bit more bulls. Anthony Starr as Homelander. I mean, you just see him unraveling, and he's becoming so unhinged. It's crazy. And I mean, Karen Fukuhara, kudos to her, man. For some reason, she was like the shining star. I thought she gave a really great performance in Season 2. I mean, she's so adorable. But then when she gets that mean face, you don't want to fuck with her. You really don't want to fuck with her at all. But yeah, and then of course the introduction of Mr. Esposito being like the head Vought dude. When you're like, okay, he's sketchy. What's going on with that? And but it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out with that guy. And like I said, the way that it goes through, it's as Butcher says, a lot of diabolical stuff. That was a horrible impression. But when it comes to the end of it, the way it just leads into the end. I mean, the end's insane. The end of Season 2 was actually pretty damn satisfying because we know that, I mean, obviously no spoilers here, but we know that Stormfront, when it starts off, she's part of the Seven. She's new to the group. And I actually was digging her character because of the shit that she was saying, the stuff that was coming out of her mouth when they're doing a press junket talking about male and female superheroes. And she was just like, hey, chicks and dicks are in it together. I was like, best line. But of course, we knew that she was going to end up going bad, and it did end up going bad. And but just the way it all kind of wraps up, but it also leaves things open, very much so. So it's not like it was all just like, okay, everything was ended up happy. No, it did not. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But like I said, I dug it all. Yeah, what's her name? Ari Cash, Aya Cash. Fantastic job. I mean, she's just the shit that came out of her mouth. My God. Funny as all hell. So there you go, guys. That's my initial review. So if you haven't seen it yet, I'm about to get into spoilers. That Nazi bitch. My one gripe, because, I didn't want to reveal it in the, initial review, but Lamplighter, Shawn Ashmore, who, was Iceman in X-Men, and now he's Lamplighter who can control fire. Yeah, I guess you come first full circle. His episode at the end, he decides to they get to the tower, and then he just lights himself on fire. It was kind of like, really? That was kind of a waste. I think a lot of people were kind of disappointed on that. I was one of them. I definitely was. So, but I mean, I guess they had a reason for it. They were like, we don't know what else to do with this guy. But yeah, so that was kind of disappointing when it came to him. And then, oh man, what's her name? Oh yeah. Okay. Victoria Newman. Now, she was a new character, kind of like a politician type that was all against the Supes. And then she goes after Stormfront, of course, who they find out is a Nazi. And then, of course, they leak out the compound V, where now you realize these Supes are realizing their parents were just pieces of shit that fed them this chemical. They weren't born with natural abilities. That whole subplot was pretty great. But yeah, but when it came to all that, they were giving it to super villains essentially. So then I guess have, I don't know. I mean, I guess you need to have the Supes to fight somebody. And of course, Homelander was all about that. He was very adamant about the name. That's what I kind of like. That's what I love about Homelander, because you see him unraveling. You see him, and then towards the end, I mean, he's literally jerking off at the edge of what, like a gargoyle or something. After killing a bunch of people, and the fact that he had to let Butcher go, oh man, that was intense. I'm like, how is Butcher going to get out of this? How is he going to get out of this? I mean, it's sad that the wife died, and then now he's got to take the kid, Homelander's kid. I wonder that's where I'm really intrigued. That's what was left open. But other than that, it was like they took on everybody. They killed Stormfront. It was a badass scene. but the kid ended up frying her essentially. But I mean, I don't think she's dead. I don't think she's dead. I think she's coming back. I don't know about you guys, but I think Stormfront's coming back. I mean, if I mean, look at Anakin Skywalker. I think some people are making that correlation. Anakin Skywalker got burned to shit and he still lived. So why can't she? She's a superhero, that doesn't age, essentially. But yeah, the nice little shock at the end was the fact that Miss Victoria Newman, who was against the Supes and was trying to rail against them with campaigns and stuff, turns out she can blow people's heads up. My God, the second to last episode, when everybody in the courtroom just boom, boom, all the heads were exploding. I mean, it's this fucking show is insane, and I love it. Like I said, I think my only gripe was just the fact that Lamplighter just went really nowhere. I mean, he helped out a little bit, and then it served his purpose, and then he just lights himself on fire. I was kind of hoping to see more of him, but that wasn't in the cards. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm trying to think of like any kind of gripes that I had now. Like I said, I like the fact that Butcher wasn't there in the very first episode either. Like, it was like, where was he at? After what happened at the end of season 1, you're kind of wondering like, where's Butcher? Yeah. So that's pretty much it. It's going to be interesting to see where these characters go in season 3. I mean, I love the fact that in some episodes when they're filming the movie, homages to, of course, BVS, and they even said, like, they even dropped the name Joss, like the rewrite pages. So, yeah, it was definitely some people that were writing this show were definitely paying attention to certain things that were happening in a certain superhero universe. That's for damn sure. So, definitely, I think a lot of us appreciated that. I love the fact that they still, they just make fun of the whole thing. And, yeah, Homelander is just going to, there's that when he was thinking about just wiping everybody out. That was a cool little scene when he just groups of people, just laser eyes, wiping everybody out. He's going to end up losing his mind. I mean, I guess like when they finally face off with him fully, I don't know if that's going to be the last season. I don't know. I'm curious to see who Black Noir is. I mean, he can't eat an almond joy. That's all we really know about him. But you're kind of wondering, like, who is that guy? I mean, I guess we'll find out. But there you go, guys. It's my review right there. If you haven't watched it yet, well, I just gave you a bunch of spoilers, so hopefully you had watched it. But let me know your thoughts about it down below. What did you think about the second season of The Boys? All right, do that. Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm doing this. Subscribe to the second channel. Follow me in the Sock Meds down there, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Patreon if you want to become part of the Film Junkie world. And then, of course, shirts down below. All right, guys.